Do what I can, I'm a man with a plan, got that luxury van for when I'm on the road. This is the rise, yeah, this is it. This is the music you make when you rich, bitch. I'm ballin' like Jordan, I stay up recording till 4 in the morning like every night. Pass me the ball and I switch. If you gon' shoot at me, pray you don't miss. Ain't another rapper in the game like me, I've been gone.
What's up, guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning back to the channel. As always, in today's video, we're gonna be working on my trusty XJ Delilah. If you guys are new to the channel, this is my daily. I've been driving it for a couple years now. We've come a very long way, and we have some new parts. So my buddies over at Jeep Cables decided to send me some more goodies. So thank you guys so much if you're watching this. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. If you guys seen the last video with them, we put in a double din radio. The thing looks awesome. It's still doing amazing. I'll do an update video on that later. But today, they sent us a whole new package of cables to upgrade the battery system, which this thing I've already gone through before. So it definitely needs to be upgraded, and I'm really excited about it. So let's go ahead, open this package up, and I'll show you guys exactly what you're gonna be getting if you order some Jeep cables from Jeep Cables. Let's do it. So guys, again, big shout out to my guys at Jeep Cables. I really appreciate this. It means a ton to me to have this sent to me. But anyway, let's go ahead and open it up. We pull her apart. This thing's super heavy, by the way. I mean, it's definitely a good 5 pounds. But it's gonna come in this nice, clean looking bag. It's awesome. We got tons of stickers. Heck yeah. And you guys can get these for any one of your Jeeps. This goes from anywhere. Has listed here XJ, YJ, TJ, JK, any Cherokee, any Wrangler. This guy makes the perfect wiring kit for them. So guys, in the kit here, I don't know if you guys can tell, but these cables are super thick. They are 4 gauge, I believe, cables. Everything's already pre-crimped. Everything looks amazing. We've got this big fuse, all sorts of wiring, and we got some terminals in here. You definitely see with the new terminals, they are really beefy. They're awesome. They look great. They look so much better than the factory ones by far. And we've got some good old stickers. We'll throw them on the Honda hood. But again, huge thank you guys over at Jeep Cables. This means a ton. So let me go ahead and get the hood popped on the old XJ, and we will get to work. Super dirty in here, typical XJ. I really need an LS engine right there, but maybe one day. Not right now, but maybe one day. Anyway, we look at our wiring here, and as you can see, I've already had to come in here and put some new terminals on here. These are actually marine terminals that I had laying around, and I had to recrimp my old connections. But most XJ wiring looks like this. Like mom did before. It's super ratty, it's disgusting, it gets old and deteriorates over time, and it always loses connection. So now this setup is nothing like what I'm about to put on. This is going to be way nicer than it was before, but my Jeep was dying all the time. So doing this upgrade, if you're at home and you've had to do the same thing, I highly recommend getting this kit. It is insanely beefy. But yeah, let's go ahead and go look at it. So this kit right here is called the Big 7 with the 2 gauge or 4 gauge, I think it's 4 gauge wire. Now as you can see, it looks kind of like a lot of wires we got to wire up, but everything is labeled. As you can see right here, like this is the starter wire, firewall, fender. So it's all laid out pretty simple. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll show you guys exactly where everything's going to go, where we're going to mount everything. We're going to have to cut this open, everything. Probably do either use the same stuff called, or just get some new stuff. I've got some laying around. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the GoPro so you guys can see what I'm doing and start tearing out all this old wiring. So let's do it. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and start by taking the old terminals off I've got here. All this mess is getting replaced. So we're gonna go in here. I believe it is a 13. I think it's a 13. Go ahead. Man, how'd I know that? It's like I've done this before. Alright, one terminal is off. Like I said before, they are boat terminals, so they really aren't made for this application. Definitely are gonna have to just look at this rat's nest here. Now, if you guys can see here, I have actually got a aftermarket fuse box right here to run the fuses for all of my extra stuff. Light bar, fans, what else? I've got all sorts of goodies in here. So I will be keeping that, and this wire is gone. Okay guys, so we've got most of this wiring off here. Getting down to the starter wire down here is going to be the most challenging part. So we've got all this old stuff, just kind of, see how just crappy and flimsy it is compared to everything else. But I'm working on getting to the alternator line down there and to the starter cable down there and get all this junk out. We're going to have to put some new plastic coating on this wire here. I've got some anyway, it's no big deal. Be a big upgrade, and then we'll get all this cleaned up. So I'm going to start taking this wire off first. This wire goes through this harness here down to the starter down there. Down there. Before I get underneath the car and start tearing these wires out and everything, I want to go ahead and run to the store, grab some of the plastic wrap for the wires, and I'm going to take the Mustang's hood to get buffed. My buddy's getting off work, you can do it real quick, so I'm going to run over there, do that. I'll be right back to finish up this wiring. But yes, I'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back. Sorry it took so long. The Mustang hood looks a lot better now, and we were able to go pick up some more of this loom tubing and some zip ties and some tape. Anyway, you guys don't need to do that, just mine is so old and I want to make it look a little bit nicer, a little bit cleaner, so I'm going to go ahead and take that extra step. But let's get back to tearing this old wiring out. So first off, we're going to put the new starter wire on, just get it poking out here. We're going to have it wired up to this wire too. So we'll go ahead and put the new one in, and then we'll start working on the alternator wire, put the new one of that in, and then get to the grounds and all that good stuff. But let's go ahead and put the wire in for the starter. And like I said before guys, they make it super easy. We know this is the one that goes down there because it says starter right here and battery terminal right there, so we know exactly where it's going to go, but it just makes it a little bit easier doing it at the same time. Okay guys, so we have the starter cable wrapped up in the loom tubing, and along with in there we've got the little cord that goes in there. We're going to go ahead and tape this up in sections just to keep it clean, and then we're going to put some bigger tubing, loom tubing, on these wires here just to make sure nothing's going to get touched, nothing's going to get scraped. And over here we're getting the fuse mocked up. We're planning on putting it underneath the hood latch here. We have the alternator wire fed around here. We might move it around, but it's going into there and it's already connected to the alternator. But right now we're going to go ahead and put the starter wire on, make sure all that's hooked up, and then figure out exactly how we're going to connect all of this wiring into a nice fancy loom that looks decent. So we really want to make this look as professional and a lot better in the factory, because the factory's terrible and I want this to be a nice clean install. So let me get the wire attached at the bottom and I'll be right back. Right there, that clip needs to be undone, and the wire is a 13mm on the back of this. We're going to take both of those off real quick. Okay guys, we managed to get the starter wire finally in and buttoned up with the new tubing and everything. As you can see by my hands, it was a very big task, and well, not a big task, it was just very tedious trying to get all the bolts lined up, the wire exactly how you want it, but I think we have it in a good spot. I think it'll look good. Anyway, let me clean up real quick and we'll get on to putting the rest of the wires in the right place. Okay guys, switching cameras on the GoPro. We have the wire for the starter tucked in down there. I think it's gonna work out good down there. Got it looped up to here. Next we're gonna go ahead and do this ground that's bolted to the block. Let's go ahead and loosen that thing off. Okay, there's that, and then that ground comes right off, and you can see with this too, you might need to clean that ground down there, make it a little bit nicer. But this right here is getting replaced by this wire right here. Engine block, yep. So you guys can definitely tell the difference of quality here. I mean, look at that, that's insane. All right, we'll go ahead and put that there, get the new one in there. Now this is gonna go across like that, and it's going to be grounded over here. We might as well do this fender mount, take it off. It's 10 mil, ratcheting 10mm. Go ahead and grab this one, This one's fender. Okay, before we get that tightened down, we're gonna make sure it's all in the right spot. Okay guys, so we have the negative terminal hooked up. All the cords are in perfect place. All the grounds for all the other stuff are perfect. It honestly looks really sweet. So we're gonna go ahead and attach this here and this one to this. And then we're gonna put this under this bundle up against the fender here. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. And have it bolted into place right there. That should be perfect for where we want it. And then we're gonna run the wire from here to the terminal, this to the terminal, those to the terminal, and we will be done with this whole assembly. Okay guys, so we were able to route the alternator wire around here underneath the coolant reservoir. Being that I have all these aftermarket wires in the first place, it made it a lot harder to get everything situated. If you guys have just a stock XJ, it's gonna be a piece of cake. But being that I have this, had to make all this fit in here, which it does perfectly, and it fits on here. So we're gonna be able to bolt this down, put the cover on here, see if it'll fit. I doubt it will. I have to trim it, maybe make it work. We have the amp wire, we have my external fuse box here. Everything should be hooked up, and then we can hook it up to the terminal right here. So let's go ahead and do that. So the last nut here is tightened up. For this, we have all of the looms, the new loom tubing there. It's in perfect, exactly how I like it. Everything is, all the wires aren't exposed anymore. And I managed to find the old cover that goes over this. So I notched it in a couple places, and we should be able to click it. Maybe, if I can get it. Okay, so it's not perfect or anything, but I think it looks a little bit cleaner than that rusty bolt and stud right there, so I think it'll look nice. All we have left to do now is hook these wires up to the terminal right here and make sure everything works. So let's Okay guys, so we are officially done with the whole install of it, and they look absolutely amazing. So much better than the old cables. You guys can see the old cables here were just such junk in comparison to the new stuff we got. The new stuff is awesome. Again, I want to give a big thank you to Paul over at Jeep Cables. You're the man. I really appreciate you sending this stuff over here. I mean, it's obviously going to help a ton. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this thing up, make sure everything is good, and talk to you guys in a second. Okay guys, so you guys saw it started up, ran, no problem at all. If anything, the idle is even better than before, so that's awesome. This is a great upgrade to do. If you guys are interested in doing this, I highly recommend. I will link Jeep Cables in the description below if you guys want to check them out. If you've already purchased it and you're looking at this video, I hope this was a good tutorial for you to show you how to do it. You can do it in a bunch of different ways. I've got a ton of wiring in there already, so it's a little difficult, but it's going to be unique to whoever does it. But I hope you guys like it. It's definitely a good upgrade. I highly recommend. Again, I want to give a big shout out to Jeep Cables for sending me this. I really appreciate it. I guess that's it for now. We got some more stuff coming with the Jeep soon. We got some boxes over here. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be next. Hopefully we're gonna get some new cars soon, and hopefully we're gonna get that big project. I cannot wait so I can find the perfect thing. Also, can't forget about the F100 over here. She's full of trash right now just from in here because it's so dirty in the building. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do on the Jeep. Get her ready for a long road trip here in the near future. So look forward to that. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.